Hi everyone. Yesterday was Mental Health Awareness Day, or World Mental Health Day, and I missed it because I was really busy. I was at work, I was under the weather, so I wasn't able to make a video talking about it. I'm aware that I made a video recently talking about the exploitation of mental health issues in order to generate profit for sort of illegitimate or just scammy companies. And it's fairly safe to say that World Mental Health Day is sometimes to an extent hijacked by commercial organisations who use it for a bit of shameless self-promotion. However, I wanted to share this video with you, shared by Norwich City Football Club, which I think is very powerful and raises some very good issues which I'd like to talk about. Now, I will preempt this by saying this has got nothing personally to do with football. I have no affiliation to Norwich City. In fact, I live in Ipswich, so my wife's friends and family may object to me sharing this video, but I think if we can take any sort of team loyalty out of it, the video itself shares a very important message. So without further ado, I'll stop rambling and let's watch this together. Then anything I can sort of add to it, or I think I want to sort of comment on, I'll either interject or I'll catch up with you at the end.
Oh wow, how are you doing? You good? Oh, sorry, thank you. How you doing? God, it's exciting, isn't it? Hey?
So, how's the week been?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I appreciate this video is not really talking about addiction. It is just talking about mental health and depression. However, the mannerisms that are demonstrated by the gentleman on the left here in the black gilet are very much very familiar to me, because when you are in the grip of any kind of mental health issue, or indeed addiction or depression, you struggle to embrace and to feel the same emotions that those around you might be experiencing. Even those emotions and feelings that you may have previously experienced, you are unable to express, you are unable to really feel. And often this can be the result of medication, but also it can be due to sheer distraction. The fact that you are unable to, embrace your current situation, you are unable to absorb the actions of those around you, the feelings and emotions of those around you, because your brain is literally elsewhere. It's trapped in itself, unable to escape from the incessant turmoil of thoughts and feelings that may be completely disrelated to anything that's actually happening, in the here and now.
I hope things are better outside of the football.
We see again a lot of body language, a lot of closed body language, sort of defensiveness. If you notice the baseball cap, the dark glasses, basically hiding, or at least, very least, putting on a facade that things are okay, that there isn't a problem, but all the time trying to literally hide yourself away in whatever physical capacity that might be.
Nah, you keep it. You keep it. Oh, wow.
I'm just going to pause you for a minute. All right, just going to pause you for a second. The first time I saw that, it was incredibly powerful, particularly coming from someone who has got a background with a few mental health issues, but also has a background of hidden addiction. That we become, the further down the road we go with mental health struggles or addiction or depression, the further down the road we go, sadly, the irony is the better we become at hiding them. We see in this video the guy that we believe to have it all together, the guy who looks to be sort of reaching out to his friend, who was clearly showing outward signs of things not being okay. He had developed this veneer, this cheerful veneer. He was probably the life and soul of the party or of the football match in this instance, and people wouldn't have guessed at the struggles that he was experiencing behind the scenes. And we see it a lot. We've had high-profile cases like the late great Robin Williams. Someone who, to everyone they meet, would appear to be like the life and soul. Like I say, cheerful, bubbly, engaging, friendly, positive, optimistic, humorous, witty, all the rest of it, as demonstrated in the video by the guy who sadly is no longer there. And I say the bitter irony is the further we get down the line, particularly I can speak only personally from a perspective of mild depression and gambling addiction, the better we become, the more afraid we become at just disguising our emotions. And they can be the immediate emotions, the devastation of loss or a catastrophic life event off the back of our addiction, or they could just be the general veneer that everything's okay, that we are the happy-go-lucky souls that we would ultimately ourselves really like to be. And I think to an extent people maybe portray that, not just only as a disguise to others, but as a way of sort of elevating themselves and trying subconsciously to lift themselves out of the feelings that they are experiencing inside, the turmoil they're experiencing day after day after day in their heads. Is there a solution? Better communication. Like I say, the cynical part of me, and there is a large cynical part of me, thinks there is an awful lot of firms, commercial interests that exploit things like World Mental Health Day in order to elevate their perceived status, of sort of commercial form of virtue signalling, if you will. However, when something like this comes out, I think it really is such an important message, and I applaud Norwich City. Not something living in Ipswich I often do, and nor get away with under most instances. But no, I applaud Norwich City for putting this video together. I think it's incredibly poignant, and if nothing else, hopefully it just makes people more aware that just because someone seems okay, or because they give the outward idea that they're okay, that they are actually indeed okay. I'll leave it there, but as I always say, and more poignantly than ever, stay safe, stay sane, reach out, look after each other, look after people in this community that we're building here, this video won't be monetized, so if you want to support me, you know what to do. There'll be a link in the description below. But more importantly, if you're struggling with mental health issues, there'll also be far more important links down below, Samaritans and other charities, but also gambling help, so GamCare, GamStop, and all those other things. If you are struggling emotionally with your mental health, then reach out, get an appointment with your GP, talk it through, talk to someone. Just don't suffer in silence, and don't allow this veneer to carry on, because as we can see here, it may be eventually too much. Take care.